of us now. I got more than I ain't subbing yet. I can't keep a lookout. I got too much that I'm looking at. Bands on top of bands.
Don't go sleep searching for the perfect mattress. Enjoy Wallet.
I was being real, not like he did. Where you find them? Put them on a leash and make them think back to everything they said. They know it's me, I don't yell. Talking about network when I got it all in my bill. Say less when you say something, cause you always getting upset. Say no, but I never get depressed in, so it's on red. Only come.
I mean, little skibidi toilet. You guys really want to play?
Don't do enough for me to this year, but I put a party on a big yacht, and I want you to come kick it. Keep your head down, boy. I'll never be the same. That when I count meal, now they wanna hide when it ain't safe, but they don't do it and they play games. And they like everyone for a little bit when they hate at the same time. If I don't like you, you get.
I watch the moon all the time thinking about you.
I watch the moon tonight and it was red.
Yeah, my game.
That I can change. Remind myself to not complain.
This is gonna be an easy win.
The Twin Cities, Minneapolis, is the scene for the Thunder. Rising star Shea Gilgeous-Alexander looking to continue his rise as they...
No, guys, absolutely.
Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sport. Shams, over the last decade, the Warriors were the team.
What the hell?
And this decade is kind of wide open. So, with young teams on the horizon, the deep roster of teams and talent in the West, a lot of people are talking about Oklahoma City as the team to watch in the 2020. What do you think?
OKC has this league at the palm of their hands, and really the direction, the nucleus led by Shea Gilgeous-Alexander in Oklahoma City, that is among the best.
What am I doing?
They have tons of picks. Kevin, I mean dozens of draft picks that they can trade to get even more talent.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Dort and Williams up in the forward positions. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Case and Wallace. And it's Hartenstein in at the 5, home in the paint.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Collins.
God
It's
damn
good.
it.
Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points. Hey, Shams, you're always on the pulse of those league-changing trades. We certainly saw some impactful ones last season.
Across the board, the Pacers, the Mavericks, they made deep runs, and they did so on the back of some big trade deadline moves. Those are transformations that excite all of us to witness. Even New York getting OG Anunoby at the trade deadline. This is a league that's built on capitalizing at the moment and striking when the iron's hot, and we saw multiple teams do that this last season.
Yeah, that trade deadline was phenomenal for those teams you mentioned. Really impactful.
This is the league that's built on.
So he gets them both.
And talented in so many ways. Edwards is focusing on 2 things: the refining of his shot mechanics and the sustained level of engagement.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. And the Thunder another 3.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
let's find out what head coach Chris Finch had to say to David Aldridge. David?
He said SGA has this special ability to lull a defender into a slower pace and then suddenly make a quick move that leaves everybody just standing there. Coach feels the attention has to be on him. He wants to force somebody else to beat them. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Edwards, driving the lane, and finished off by Edwards.
Oh, my. What a huge flush by Edwards, showing off right now.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now the latest CBA introducing the second apron, limiting Shams what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
Decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their teams, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron and the amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give to players. You're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. But we will see a more competitive league because of these new CBA changes and less of a chance of super teaming and just more parity and dispersed talent.
Do you constantly read over some of these CBA agreements? I would assume that you do, to have a full understanding of terms like the apron, like we just talked about, or all the other things, the luxury tax, all the things that make deals possible.
It's one thing to have luxury tax, it's a whole nother animal now to have the second apron. And that, certainly for teams that are deep in the second apron, that limits their ability to go make major trades, to be able to sign players for more than the minimum, and we're seeing that happen to at least one or two teams around the league right now. So how will that impact things? But certainly the CBA being 50, 60, 70 pages, that's something you pour through before every calendar year.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You take a look at the Thunder. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, there's Minnesota. Not really any threat right now, as their record showing a lot more losses.
And when I look at Oklahoma City, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
Yeah, they're using that F word, focus. A lot of teams suffer from a lack of concentration in the early part of the season, but not this team. They're ready to play right from the opening tip of the very first game.
Launches it. Bangs home the trifecta. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 16. All right, Shams, I know you can't reveal all your secrets, but how do you develop relationships with your sources? The players, the agents, the GM, the scouts all over the NBA.
It comes year after year. This has been something I've been doing for the better course of the last 15 years. So for me, it's about relationships, it's about daily communication, and making sure that I keep the trust, I keep the faith, and I keep a level of respect with everyone that I come across. Relationships are the name of the game, especially in the NBA.
Well, that's what I've heard about you. They trust you. So if they're going to confide, they know they can trust you. I would think that would be maybe the core of how you operate.
Trust and faith, and that develops early, not taking shortcuts. I'm very much for the long game.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes.
That's a foul called on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for Edwards. And Nikhil Alexander-Walker in for Mike Conley. And then for Oklahoma City, Kenrich Williams. He's checked in for Hartenstein. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Dort. And it's Alex Caruso in for Wallace. Fires from way outside. Gilgeous-Alexander.
The
Bon appetit, rose pedal my feet, my status elite. They talk about you rich and poor. Whoever ain't with you, whoever ain't with me, everybody. Whoever ain't with me, rose pedal my feet, my status elite. Oh my goodness. Whoever ain't with you, whoever ain't with me, everybody. Whoever ain't with me, my status elite. Oh my goodness.
Welcome to a new episode of NBA 2K TV and the start of our holiday series.
For the next few weeks, we will be celebrating the winter festivities.
To a new episode of NBA 2K TV.
Party outside. Holiday series. For the next few weeks, we will be celebrating the winter festivities.
Season 3 is where to be. There are 4 weeks remaining. Hello, fans. Learn an XP multiplier when playing games in the city by wearing eligible clothing items found in the pop-up shops throughout the city.
But it's happening, this ain't magic. I done tried that, all that was nasty. No guys that made it for fabric. I done felt my skin turn static. Then watched it all in tragic. I didn't know that was the cost. I think God he picked that off. I was lying way too much. Satan always calling blows. He just jealous, I'm a son. Heard he lost again, that's tough. It's my turn, I raise my hand. 100%, yeah, I'm all in. 100%, yeah, I'm all in. Fool like David dancing. Got my rockets, take my chances. Don't say
festivities, and we're going to be ringing in the new year with you, our 2K community.
Favorite time of year. First up, this week, it's your top plays with our resident PA announcer, when he's not at Kings games, that is, Scott Loeb. Take it away, Scott. Favorite time of year. First up, this week, it's your top plays with our resident PA announcer, when he's not at Kings games, that is, Scott Loeb. Take it away, Scott. First up, this week, it's your top plays with our resident PA announcer, when he's not at Kings games, that is, Scott Loeb.
Pullback and the complete disregard for the defender. 3 defenders get close, but nobody's stopping this slam. The challenger is Melo Devon in the Pro-Am. All over the ball, deflects it, and chases down the